Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Hassan Syed, and I am running the Ideagist platform. I'm the founder of the Ideagist platform. Today, we are talking about mentorship under the program called Empower Pakistan, which is basically to support startups in from the universities and university students. So today, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what Startup Pakistan is doing, what is Empower Pakistan, what is Ideagist platform, role of a mentor and how it will work, and what are the next steps, and we can answer as many questions as many you have. So, Startup Pakistan is basically a program to build the startup ecosystem in Pakistan, and it is a comprehensive plan by the Prime Minister Office, which includes all sort of different aspects. But the core of it is the setup of 600 incubators, in universities, colleges, and madaris. And under this program, 1 million students are going to get training in how to start their startups. Then they will be helped in developing their ideas. And then from there, they will be incubated and then their businesses will be launched. So from 1 million to 10,000 launches over the next 4 years, that is 1% success rate. That is the minimum we would like to achieve out of this program. Very ambitious program. This means 250,000 students are going to be trained every year through this program and eventually launching 2,500 startups every year. That is a 4 years goal. For the mentor, from the mentor perspective, during the learn phase, which is 2 months, online training, there is no mentoring involved. In the ideate phase, which is 2 months, 4 hours of total mentoring, which is 30 minutes per week for 2 months. Under incubate, which is 6 months long program, it's a 12-hour commitment that is 30 minutes every week for 6 months. And then launch, which is 2 months, actually it is 1 hour per week or 8 hours total mentoring during the launch. So that is the overall program and what are the goals for the overall program. In terms of the stages, there are 4 stages of their development. Under learn, their goal is to understand an entrepreneur's journey, understand the concepts behind entrepreneurship, and understand the nomenclature that is there in the startup world. So they know what do everything mean. Um, Under Ideate, they basically are going to bring their own ideas and they will think through all aspects of planning, problem, solution, customer value proposition, team funding, everything. And then, they take it to a point where they know that this is the idea that they need to work on. So, and their mentor agrees that there is a value that they can create. At the third stage, incubate, their goal is to develop a prototype or a design in consultation with customer until they are willing to pay for the minimum viable product. So basically, it's the market-driven approach or the lean startup practice in which their goal is to get to the customer as early as possible and understand the minimum viable product and get the customer make the commitment. They may need some cash, but the scope of MVP can be adjusted to fit the available resources. So if they have less resources, they can do less. If they have more resources, they can do more. Launch, which is the last stage, their goal is to convert the MVP into a working product that basically is sold to few customers. And that is where basically they get their business model verified or validated and they start the revenue cycle. And from there, they go into growth or accelerate phase, which is basically getting the investors on board and making, going fast to the market. So that's the process introduction. From a student perspective, we are offering training, mentorship, incubation, funding, and linkage to industry. And these are the 5 benefit areas for these students. So in terms of training, as we talked about, classroom workshops, online training, mentors, in terms of mentors, overseas Pakistanis who have good experience worldwide, they can also provide mentorship through digital connectivity. Top entrepreneurs, in Pakistan can also be their mentors. And more than 2,200 mentors are already on our platform that are willing to help. So we need to build that pool of mentors to up to 10,000 mentors minimum by the end of this year. Incubation, in that in that area, we provide process from ideation to launch step by step. It's the most advanced process that is available for incubation all over the world, and it is hosted by Ideagist, the world's largest digital incubation platform. In terms of funding, there's 100 billion rupees under youth entrepreneurship scheme by the government, which is expected to become 200 billion rupees. And we are also looking at other ways in which government can provide funding, which includes 2 billion in seed funding that will come through universities and technical colleges, and that will be disbursed by Higher Education Commission and Ministry of Education. In addition to the two government funding supports, we are also building the angel networks through the international linkages in the different overseas Pakistani communities, venture capital, crowdfunding, and then our own initiative of National Investment Portal that would allow all these startups to be able to pitch for investment on that online showcase. In the industry, we have top partners, Microsoft, Telenor, Google, DigitalOcean. We have more than 100 partners worldwide on Ideagist platform, and they all are supporting startups through different benefits that they offer to those startups. Now, so that was a Startup Pakistan, just to give you an idea of what we are doing and what what the students are going to do and what they are going to get. To make that happen, one of the biggest aspects of that program is mentorship. And mentorship is somebody who is a guide, who is helping these people. The mentor is not in the driving seat, they're helping these kids with their life experience. So we would like to organize 10,000 mentors, ideally overseas Pakistanis who would like to do something, and then help them to connect with these students directly. Empower Pakistan is a project by a non-profit organization called Pakistan Incubation Network, which is a non-profit organization, and its mission to grow a startup ecosystem and improve incubation standards. This organization currently has, I think, 65 incubators represented out of 81. And they are basically supporting Prime Minister's Kamyab Jawan startup program by building this network of 10,000 mentors. And there are other ways also. Pakistan Incubation Network is supporting Prime Minister's idea, Startup Pakistan. I am also on the board of Pakistan Incubation Network, along with other industry representatives that are in PIN and working for the industry development. So that's the organization behind Empower Pakistan. Now, why Empower Pakistan? Because there are almost 8 million Pakistanis worldwide. I had been in an overseas Pakistani for 30 years myself. I know how Pakistani that are sitting outside Pakistan crave for providing something back to their homeland. But often we are only asked to give money to this thing or to that thing. However, the biggest contribution and the biggest resource that we have in the overseas Pakistani is our intellectual capacity. There are top engineers, doctors, entrepreneurs, scientists, and professionals. We are the brain of Pakistan. We are working outside, but this is our country, and we are always concerned about what is happening in our country, and we are always willing to do something for our country. But instead of money, if we were asked to give our brain in a systematic way, I think a lot of us will be able to contribute much more than just asking for money. So overseas Pakistanis that are smart, hardworking, and have international experience can actually become a real role model for these students who are coming out and trying to start their business. And so basically, This is the intention. This is why we are doing Empower Pakistan with overseas Pakistanis, because we believe that they are willing to do something, they have something to offer, and in the current digital age, they can do it in a flexible way without having a major challenge in how they would offer those services. And it is basically all we are saying that half an hour of your time per week, and only when you have that half hour. So in the period of your life when you cannot even give that half an hour, you can stay back and you can sign off from the mentorship. But then when you have time, you can do it. The benefits to mentors are also good in terms of for me, the biggest advantage of being a mentor is the satisfaction that I'm giving back to my country. I'm helping somebody to build their life, and this is a sadqa jariyah, which means that those who would succeed and do something better in their life with our guidance, we will be benefiting from their good deeds for all the time that they make a difference. But then there are other benefits. If I have got a good idea, this program, Empower Pakistan, allows me as a mentor to actually establish a team of students that can work on my idea and build my idea and my own company to start. So lots of Pakistanis that are sitting outside have lots of ideas, but they don't have time. They're working full-time jobs, and if they can actually get a trusted team and a mechanism through which they can actually guide that team to do something what they would like to do, they can start their own companies. So that is a great benefit, especially for the technology professionals or for the other professionals, doctors, engineers that are out there. They have lots of ideas they can do, and we believe that that can also have a huge impact in creating jobs in Pakistan. Then we can invest in promising startups. When we see some promising idea, some artificial intelligence based startup that has a phenomenal idea, and it's a great opportunity, we can invest in it. And the last point is that we can connect with other overseas Pakistanis worldwide, and that would bring some other benefits that we can't even think right now. Because once this network is there, that means that there is a lot more connectivity, and then overseas Pakistanis can talk to each other. It could be simply that I may have a business in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I want somebody in Chicago, to have the similar model or have a joint venture or become an agent or become a distributor of whatever I'm doing. So even that part, it could grow really, really big for Pakistanis as they connect with each other worldwide. So these are the benefits for mentors. These are the benefits which are right away offered, but then we are talking about also recognition of the mentors. We are planning annual mentor recognition and awards program. We are planning to offer a special Empower Pakistan mentor card for leading mentors who are contributing their time so that they can actually get discounts based on partnerships. They can get gift certificates from major retailers, government recognition of the top mentors, and things like that. So we are building to basically make sure that we say thank you to those mentors who contribute and make them understand that they're appreciated and they're recognized for their contribution. So benefits are there, but in addition to that, there is an appreciation of the work that we do. So that's Empower Pakistan. So first I told you about Startup Pakistan, that is the Prime Minister program. Empower Pakistan, that is Pakistan Incubation Network, a non-profit organization running the campaign to have 10,000 mentors worldwide. Now Ideagist, that's the third component of this whole thing. Ideagist is the largest digital incubation platform in the world. And basically, we have been in existence for the past almost 8 years now, and we are in all 195 countries and territories. 100, not all because there are 203, but we are in 195 countries and territories that are recognized by the United Nations. And we have been working, as the worldwide leader. Currently, we are actually connecting more than 270,000 or maybe 280,000 by now people all over the world, and not 5,000 ideas. I think we already have crossed 6,000, maybe 7,000 ideas, and more than 3,000 mentors in 465 communities as of today, and with 200 plus partners all over the world that are working with us in this global network. And that global network we have, offered to Pakistan free of charge. We are not charging any money to the government. This is totally free, given to all the students that are and all the partners that are joining us. And we have more than, I think, 80 universities that are already, in partnership with us on Startup Pakistan to basically provide these services to their students. And more universities are coming on board with our current cohort that just started. We actually got 22,000 students in our second cohort. First cohort, there were 4,700. Second cohort, 22,000. And we think that our third cohort, 3 months from now, would be around 50,000 students that will be coming and joining this program. So it's a huge, mega effort. It's a mega collaboration that is made possible by a digital platform that I've been building for the past 8 years. Now, a little bit about me. I'm the CEO of Bear Ventures USA, founder of Ideagist.com. And, I have been in technology for the past 34 years. I've done many things, but the largest project that I worked before I started Ideagist was a system for all the zoos and aquariums all over the world to share their knowledge on all the animals that they keep. That is the largest conservation-based technology or digital, solution out there that digitally transformed the whole industry worldwide. So that that's me. I've done all sort of different large systems. Now let's talk about what is your role as a mentor. Someone bringing wisdom. And I put Yoda over here, as pretty much everybody is familiar with Yoda. So this is like Yoda. You are the Yoda for the entrepreneur. Your role is to observe what the entrepreneur is doing, encourage them or nudge them in the right direction, help them understand, how to keep things moving, and solve problems, with them, not for them. So basically, the goal is to grow the entrepreneur and understand that the entrepreneur is sitting on the driving seat, and you are the person who is whispering in their ear and helping them, understand whether to, what to do and how to do, in a way that they learn from it. Now, who can become a mentor in Startup Pakistan or Empower Pakistan? That we expect that a mentor would have 5 years of real-world experience and a commitment to help at least one startup through one stage and provide a final report. So if you do a 2-month ideate or a 2-month launch or a 6 months incubate, at the end of that, you will provide a report on what you think of the startup and the mentor and the entrepreneur. Also, we would want these mentors to have a complete profile on Empower Pakistan site. And we are now launching a service that will allow for mentors who are very busy and cannot put their profiles online, that we will give them some assistance in a virtual assistant to basically do that for them. And then we want the mentors to agree to a code of conduct, that would make sure that they are, always thinking of entrepreneurs' interest first. They protect the confidentiality of ideas and business plans shared with them by the entrepreneur, always act professionally and treat everyone with respect, not to discriminate against any person on the basis of race, color, gender, origin, age, religion, marital status, handicap, or sexual preference, not engage in any form of insensitive behavior or sexual harassment. During the engagement as a mentor, We don't want the mentors to become a director, officer, or employee, or an investor, or a partner with the entrepreneur. That's a conflict of interest. If at any point you feel that you are going to offer a paid service, invest in the company, or have any kind of financial interest or relationship with the entrepreneur, you must let us know and resign from the position of mentor, because the position of a mentor is a position of privilege in which you actually get to know all the weaknesses of the entrepreneur, and that compromises entrepreneur's position to negotiate with you in a reasonable way. So a mentor that becomes an investor in the company is actually getting an unfair advantage over entrepreneur, and we don't want to do that. And we would like all our mentors to understand that if at any given time in their mind they feel like that they are going to get engaged that way, then they should step back from their mentor positions. The time commitment by stage, as I shared with you earlier, at the learn stage, there are no mentors, there is no commitment. At ideate stage, a mentor would make a 4 hours commitment over two months, which is 30 minutes per week. Over incubate, it would be 30 minutes per week over roughly 12 hours or 6 months. And then at launch, 1 hour per week, total of 8 hours for 8 weeks. That is the time commitment. As a mentor, you would make the decision when to accept a mentee and when not to accept a mentee, depending on your own situation. So it's not like that once you have all the time accept mentees to work with. So how do you start? Simply join Empower Pakistan community as a mentor. That's number one step, which is basically going to EP, Empower Pakistan, ep.ideagist.com. And then over there, just go and click on join button and join as a mentor. So you will select the profile type mentor, you will put the information, whatever. It's very basic information. And after registering, please complete your profile. If you cannot complete your profile, send us a message to our team, and then our team will assign you a virtual assistant to actually complete the profile. We would want you to read the code of conduct, go through the mentors training that you're doing right now today, and add one idea on your own on ep.ideagist.com and actually go through the process from the beginning to the end. So then you know what the entrepreneur is going to go through, you know their path. So we encourage every mentor to, at their own time, at their own pace, complete all the 60 steps that are there in our incubation process. When you go through those steps, even if you don't complete, just go one after another and understand what is in each step, then you would realize and you would be in a better position to help. So these are the 5 steps or 5 things that you need to do before you become a fully engaged mentor on under Empower Pakistan. Okay, so this is so far all theory, all the the benefits and everything. Now the question, the rest of the presentation is about how it will work, and so you will have some visual reference of how the interface would work and what do we expect you to work as a mentor. So, number one, our team will receive requests from the entrepreneur for mentorship. So our team would look at those requests. They would look at their business, what they're trying to do, and they will find the mentor through our systems help that are basically more relevant. So if there is somebody who is doing a startup which has to do with human health, so we will try to find a mentor that has the human health background. Similarly, if somebody is doing an artificial intelligence-based startup, then we'll try to find. If somebody is doing, let's say, a beauty parlor, then we will try to find a mentor who has experience as a beauty parlor, either directly as an entrepreneur or as a worker in a beauty parlor. You will receive an initial invite, which I'll show you in a minute, and then you will decide either to accept or reject the assignment depending on your situation. Once you accept the assignment, we expect you to complete that particular phase or stage. So if it is an ideate stage, then it is 2 months commitment, 30 minutes a week. So when you accept that, we hope that you can actually complete it. But if for some reason you can't complete it, you can tell us and we can, find a way to assign somebody else. So here is what will happen. You will receive an email just like this email. It will tell you that this entrepreneur needs some help with their idea, and then this is the title of the idea. And basically, we basically saying that you can help them based on their experience. So I'm sending you this invitation. When you click on this link, you will actually see their idea, the basic introduction of their idea, and then on that page, you will have the ability to accept the assignment or reject the assignment. So you will receive this email, you will read this email, and you can click on it, and you will go and you will see this page. When you will go see this page, it will say, this is the idea detail, this is your address, your city, town, country, and here is a checkbox that says, I accept the non-disclosure agreement. You can click on the non-disclosure agreement and you can see what it says if you like. And then you join the idea team. Or you don't want to do that, you can just decline the invitation. Well, if you decline the invitation, we will know and we will assign another mentor. What we request all the mentors to respond to the invitation as soon as possible. Either accept it or reject it. But not taking days to respond to that, because that would be very difficult for us to manage. So that is the only request that we are having in terms of response time. You can decline the invitation very easily, no harm done. Once you accept it, you will basically become a member of the idea team as a mentor, and the entrepreneur will receive a message that would say, that your mentor has accepted the assignment and all that, from there onwards. Then you will come to the idea dashboard. This idea dashboard has got two This idea dashboard has two chat screens, which I will show you in a second. So you will see the progress, where they are, stage, think, execute, launch, and you can see which step they are on. And then you will see a chat box, which is the team chat. So in which you and the entrepreneur and other team members can chat with each other. And then there is a secluded area, questions, which is only between the mentor and the entrepreneur. And the other team members cannot see what questions are being asked and how they are being answered. So that is your main interaction with the entrepreneur. Everything is, here recorded, and you can talk to each other. And if you want to schedule a meeting, you can schedule a meeting with the entrepreneur, or the entrepreneur can request a meeting through the system, and then you can meet up using WhatsApp or Skype or whatever works for both of you. In the questions, you can see these questions coming from the entrepreneur, and you can answer them. And as you answer them, the entrepreneur would know. Now, because you already know in terms of their progress where exactly they are, you can actually give them the right advice based on their situation. That's the basic interaction. You can always, in the end, provide a mentor report. You can provide a mentor report in terms of feedback directly to the entrepreneur and your recommendations that you're suggesting they do. This becomes part of the record with the entrepreneur, and at the end of the session, all the feedback and recommendations are discussed with the entrepreneur, and then make sure that they learn from it, and they have done things that they were prescribed to do. So that's the simplest. I just wanted to show you the interface. This is how you're going to manage your interaction with the entrepreneur. Now, in terms of next next steps, just make sure that ideagist.com is added to your safe sender list, or you have added no reply, and we will send you the details around that. No dash reply at ideagist.com is in your contacts. So when you receive a message, it doesn't end up in a spam folder. If you haven't registered, we would like you to register at ep.ideagist.com, and then you go there and you register as a mentor. And after registering, complete your profile online. And as I said, if you don't have time, if you're busy, you can request us to give you a virtual assistant to actually complete your profile online. Attend one of the mentors training sessions that you've done today. So if there is somebody else that you want to invite, ask them to attend one of the mentor training sessions. We will make this video available so people can actually see this video afterwards, so they can see everything whenever they have the time. Invite your close friends to encourage them to become mentors. We need lots of mentors. And so if in your friends, there are people who always talk about Pakistan problems and challenges, which we all do whenever we have our dinners and our lunches and whenever we are meeting. So give them an opportunity. Tell them, look, I know that we are all frustrated with what is happening in Pakistan, but here is a simple way of doing something and giving back to Pakistan in a way which doesn't have any government in the middle or nothing. You directly work with the student and you directly help them. Um, and then please join our Facebook page at facebook.com/empowerpakistan PIN, which is basically making sure that you stay up to date. We also have a WhatsApp group that we are trying to set up for the mentors. So we will end up having multiple WhatsApp groups, but that's more like a holding area for anybody who would like to become a mentor, can join the group, ask the questions, learn about that, and then once they're satisfied, they can go and register, and then from there onwards, they will be communicated through the system.